Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the transformative power of beauty. Beauty is interesting, isn't it? We have such an interesting relationship with beauty. We can be moved by something beautiful. We can cut ourselves off from beauty. Beauty can be something that undoes us and scares us, and we can totally miss what's truly beautiful. And it forms a focus point. I've always found that beauty itself is an incredibly transformative experience. What do I mean by that? I have found in my own particular life path that it has actually been from a place of being enamored in beauty that all my life giving experiences have happened. Even in the most desolating and isolating of times, from myself or from uh, some outside source, even in that, when presence arises within me, there is something that I could say is beautiful. Beautiful in the event, but also beautiful about being alive, to be part of the adventure. And I wonder what your relationship is with beauty. Do you find yourself open to beauty in some ways and not in other ways? I think where a divide in the Western psyche may have come probably came much earlier than this, but if you look back at the etymology, you can see that in the Latin, which is about the fourth derivative of where beauty comes from, so it's a little ways down the road. The word and the concept didn't originate when Latin was spoken widely. But the Latin etymology of beauty says pleasing to the senses, pleasing to the senses. And so if you've got beauty being used as a word that's pleasing to the senses, and in spiritual teaching, you hear that you need to die to the senses. Beauty's pleasing to the senses, and yet to be spiritual, you need to die to the senses. Therein, I think we have an influential divide that happened around the notion of beauty, and beauty as an integral part of the path to healing and transformation. And yet, we can look out on creation, even if we can't look to our fellow man. We can look out on creation and be moved by what? By the beauty. Think back to a time when you have had a truly a timeless moment in relation to beauty. Think back to that. It's moved you. It hasn't been something that was held outside of you, but it was something that, in relationship to what moved you of beauty and creation, you yourself was moved, right? Beauty is this connector between us and the world around us. And it can be the way in which we make our journey. Wouldn't it be something if on our deathbed we said, I have walked the path of beauty? Think about in human beings when you regard something that is on a soul level beautiful. Perhaps they are noble in a time of darkness. Perhaps they are kind in a moment where anger is rising around. Perhaps they are compassionate in a way that is like an outpouring of sacred oil to the person who's receiving. Beauty, I believe, is a fundamental quality of godliness, of presence. Now, don't take that as true for me. That's been my experience. And when I reflect on it systematically, that's where I come to. But let yourself ask, what's your relationship with beauty? And with all the great workshops out there in America for women trying to recover their sense of love of themselves, it's usually opening up to their beauty in those workshops that creates the avenue of love for self. Right? In Psalm 139, we can read, "You have knit me in my mother's womb. You know when I sit and when I stand. Everything about me is beautiful to you." I know that when I have heard words like that spoken to me in a way that I knew Spirit was speaking them, I wept. I don't know if you can relate to that. I wept, and that weeping let me know, there is still a distance between me and the recognition, the revelation of my own beauty. So I would like to encourage you before we enter into our morning meditation to look more towards what is beautiful than looking towards what do I need to heal to be open to beauty. You see the difference there? If you're like many Americans, there's some guilt threads in you or some shame threads in you. And it can be easy to rivet the healing attention to that guilt and that shame and trying to discover what it's about and get to its root and heal it or let it be healed. And there is definitely value in that. I've done a lot of inner work around that earlier on in my life. So I'm not dissing it at all. But what would it be like if you spent more of your time just now, just as an experiment, focusing on being touched by beauty? All it takes is dropping down into a breath and letting the world reveal. The world's already bursting with so much beauty, but letting it just simply reveal its beauty to you. Dropping down in a breath and then letting yourself be touched by the way the morning sun is coming in the window, the way a branch is all crooked and twisted, the way a person smiles when they walk down the street. Where can beauty take you? When I was building the monastery, our original rule from the 1200s suggests that if we can, if we've got the land, that each of the sisters and brothers should have a separate cave or a separate cell so that it could be like the caves of Elijah. And we had 640 acres, so it was easy for us as a community to choose to have little hermitages for each of the sisters. And coming from the puritanical way that monastic life has evolved in Europe and America, I ended up getting largely criticized for creating a space for each sister who 24/7 is devoted to prayer and meditation for the world, to providing a place of beauty for that sister to go to sleep to at night and to awaken in the morning with big double 3050 windows looking out onto the horizon. Very simple, not luxurious, but very beautiful. If you find yourself criticizing even inwardly or being suspicious of yourself or others when they are given to beauty, catch yourself and let yourself be drawn into the beauty itself. So for this morning's meditation, I chose a chant that comes from the Blessed Virgin Mary, since she's considered so beautiful, right? Such an inspiration to all of us. Even the images of her can be evocatively beautiful. And after the chant, we'll move into a period of silence where I'd like to invite you to be present to your inner beauty. And even if you don't feel like you yourself are beautiful, just hold presence and invite the beauty of what you are to come into your awareness. And then I'm going to end with a blessing for beauty. All right, I invite you to close your eyes. And with the eyes closed, truly begin to relax down. Just let yourself become quite simple, observant or feeling of yourself, of your body. Notice as you rest down that you yourself are part of the beauty of the creation in which you are. And now, if you will, call in the presence of Mary as either a symbol of the divine feminine or simply her as herself. Ave Maria, Stella, Dei Mater Alma, Atque semper Virgo, Felix Celi Porta, Surmenti Ludave, Gabrielis ore, funda nos in pace, mutans nomen, salve vinclare eis, provelum engegi, mala nostra pelle, bona conta posce, monstrate esse matre, summa te preces, qui pro nobis natus, tulit esse tu. And now, if you will, if you are open, allow me on a soul level to come close, to come into the very room where you sit, so that I can take my sacred oil and anoint your beauty. If you are open, allow yourself to receive, and if not, just receive the breath of this blessing. And if you wish, you can bless me in return with my oil or with yours. Let these words form the end of our blessing. May the beauty of your life become more visible to you, that you may glimpse your wild divinity. May the wonders of the earth call you forth from all your small secret prisons and set your feet free in the pastures of possibilities. May the light of dawn anoint your eyes, that you may behold what a miracle a day is. May the liturgy of twilight shelter all your fears and darkness within the circle of ease. May the angel of memory surprise you in bleak times with new gifts from the harvest of your own vanished days. May you allow no dark hand to quench the candle of hope in your heart. May you discover a new generosity towards yourself and encourage yourself to engage your life as a great adventure. May you always trust the urgency and wisdom of your own spirit. When love finds the path to your door, may you open like the earth to the dawn and trust your every hidden color towards its nourishment of light. May you find enough stillness and silence to savor the kiss of God on your soul and delight in the eternity that shaped you, that holds you, that calls you. You come to see your life as a quiet sacrament of service, which awakens around you a rhythm where doubt gives way to the grace of wonder, where what is awkward can find elegance, or where what is crippled can find wings. May divine beauty bless you. From John O'Donohue in The Invisible Embrace. My friends, this has been a wonderful morning with you. Remember to take this seriously. It can be easy to take the hard things seriously, and something such as beauty as passing or light. But this opening to beauty is worthy to take incredibly seriously. So may your day be filled with beauty, and I will meet you again on Monday. Blessings, my friends.